Blacktop Podcast coming to you live today, man. If you ain't on a blacktop, if you ain't balling, you stalling. You know what I'm saying? So you need to get it together. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know how to get it together, you got a private jet in your hand, you got a phone, you got a book, you got people you can talk to, reach out to your network, and they help you get it together so you can keep balling. So today we talking about your circle, your inner circle, outer circle, acquaintances, people you know, people you talk to, your work environment, wherever you work, or your household, um, just your circle in general, who you allow into your circle and who you don't allow into your circle, what you can do with your circle, how you can grow your circle, and how it can benefit you long term. Um, I'll start out with myself personally, my circle. Um, when I was younger, it was what it was. We did what we did. We had fun. I wasn't really too influenced into doing bad things. I mean, when I was younger, yeah, but um, my circle now, influential, innovative, smart, intelligent, intellectual. Um, we get on the phone with each other and we just embark on ideas and opportunities that we can seize and take action on for the benefit of the world. And my circle has the potential to impact the world as well. Us being how young we are, um, but we all hold each other accountable. We grow, we elevate. There's constructive criticism within our circle so that we can acknowledge what a person is doing wrong and how they can correct it and get better. Um, but your circle is everything. You know what I mean? Your net worth is your net worth. Um, if you have a circle, like you guys have been long term friends, sometimes people just they grow apart over time as people get older because we're all living this life. We all are on our own journey and have our own experiences. So, some people gravitate towards not doing the right thing, and others gravitate towards doing the right thing. So it goes hand in hand. And you yourself in your circle have to identify and acknowledge um, what your circle consists of, what your habits consist of, who they are as a person, their morals and values. Can you trust them? Can they be around your family? Can you count on them? Can you depend on them? You know what I mean? Dependable and reliable. Um, so if you're in a circle, I'll start with at least giving from my perspective. I'm young, so I can only give you what I've experienced in my life and what I've read and the people I've talked to over the course of years of my age now, which is 22 years old. So if you're in a bad circle, the first thing is just seeing if what they're doing, their actions and their habits align with who you want to be as a person. If they want to go to the club every weekend and drink and have fun, does that align with your goals, who you want to be, and where you see yourself in life? Does it align with that person? Does it align with the good habits you want to have for yourself and the good things that you do for people? Because if you're going to the club every weekend, that's an input into your life. So you're putting some type of effort into your life, into your input. So, and with what comes with that input, going to the club every weekend, drinking and partying, does that get you your output? Is that a positive output or a negative output? Does it align with where you want to be, who you are, and what you plan to accomplish for yourself? Don't get me wrong. I from my experience and my perspective only, I think that going to the club every weekend for me wouldn't benefit me. Why? Because I'm drinking alcohol every weekend. I'm not necessarily in the right environment. So it doesn't align myself with where I want to be in life. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, maybe going to the club every couple times a month, once a month is cool for me. Like a couple days out of the month or something is cool. Get out and unleash and just have a balance in life. You know what I mean? There's times when we're happy. There's times when we're sad. There's times when we're angry. There's times when we're joyful. There's times when it shines and there's times when it rains. So I think that having a balance in life is imperative. You know what I mean? And you may not think that you shouldn't have a balance in life. You may think that I'm gonna do what I want to do and that's what it's gonna be. But if you're spending your money and You broke every weekend. Uh, you feel the need to drink alcohol every time. You feel the need to not be out all the time and not be by yourself. Then something's wrong. You're not getting the right output. You know what I mean? So, yeah, going to they want to go to the club every weekend. That's an example right there of that circle of friends. There's another example of they want to flock, they want to steal and be in the streets. That's another form of a group right there. Um, and just I think that being in your circle has to be sustainable. What they're doing is it sustainable? And we're all human. You know, your circle, we all have, some bad habits or some flaws. That's the human race in general. That's humanity. You know what I mean? But just as long as it doesn't uh, throw you guys off, like you guys' frequency, you know what I mean? Where you guys are chilling and he has a tendency to be on Tinder 24/7 and like, you know what I mean? Does that align with the frequency that you guys are creating for yourself as a circle? You know what I mean? I wrote this thing down. I wrote a list down just from my experience of some of the key points to having a circle is who you tune into is who you turn into. Basically, if you're going to the club every weekend and you're going to the club every weekend too, that's who you turn into. You turn to partying, alcohol, going out all the time. That's who you turn into. But you have to be disciplined. You have to hold yourself accountable. Your circle has to hold yourself accountable when they know that you're not doing something right. Set goals for yourself. Uplift the group spirit. Go to hit the gym together. Read together. Talk about each other's days. You know what I mean? Check on each other's mental. Does that circle benefit you? And will it benefit you in the long run? Because I rarely believe that successful individuals in life just did it all by themselves. Nobody's this successful doing it all by themselves, just completely self-made. Like everybody had a mom or a dad or some homies in the streets. Like everybody it takes a village to to uplift each other. You have to do it with a team. Now, you don't have to, but you're gonna get there faster. You're gonna get there quicker versus doing it by yourself, self-made. It'll take a little longer because you may feel that what's the word? I can't think of it right now. I can't, but I'm not able to think of it right now. When you want to do it all by yourself, independent, like you want to just be completely independent, like you feel like you're too prideful to ask for some capital to start a business, or you feel like you're too prideful to ask for a ride, you feel like you're too prideful to take the bus one day. You know what I mean? And that'll take you longer to get successful, in my opinion. But if you do it with the team and you're using your resources, you're trying to be a chef, somebody knows where to get this ingredients at this price, that's a resource. Somebody has this gym and they have a training program that they run and they could train you, that's a resource. Your fitness. Somebody, you want to get a specific job and this person knows that person and that person knows that person that's going to tap you with this person, that's a resource right there. You're using your resources. You know what I mean? You guys all bring it together and benefit each other. That's called leveraging. You're leveraging your circle. So who you tune into is who you turn into. That's my first key point I had. Second key point is acknowledging your circle. Doing how the IRS does an audit. Sometimes people get hit with audits because they want to make sure that they're filing their taxes correctly and doing everything like they're supposed to do. You can audit your circle. You can audit your environment. You can take a moment to meditate and analyze this person, analyze that person, and it's not analyzing, but just those small little increments of thinking of, is this what they're doing gonna align with who I am and what I want to be and where I see ourselves? Does that align with my values? So that's acknowledging your circle and just seeing that if it aligns, then cool. That input is positive. That's gonna get that positive output. But if it's negative, that's gonna be a negative input. That's not gonna give you a positive result. That's gonna be a negative result. So if you fix your inputs, you fix your outputs. Fourth key point I had is growing your circle. Growing, elevating, excelling, taking the stairs, not taking the elevator. Calling each other, checking up on each other's mental, helping each other reach goals. This person wants to be this much weight. I go to the gym too, not as often, but let's do it together. You know, we'll get there faster because we're motivating each other, and we both know that we have this goal set. Um, Personally, my circle, we don't really set goals for ourselves, not ourselves, but like as a group. Like we don't all get together and set a goal as a group that we should all be achieving. But we have like them little meditations where we'll have a conversation on a certain topic of like, yeah, I want to be here, bro, and then we say, well, shit, I'm gonna help you get there. Like we don't physically write it down on paper. It's kind of like a mental notation of where we want to be in life. You know what I mean? Um, I have a great circle. I have a great positive circle. I love my circle. My circle is influential. They're positive. They're spiritual. You know what I mean? I love my circle. I'll get more into that later on of what my circle consists of and how it benefits me. So yeah, the fourth key point I had was growing your circle, and then the fifth was your network is your net worth. So it's not about what you know. Sometimes it's about who you know, and always never stop learning, never stop growing or excelling. There's never a plateau to reach in life where you don't want to learn anything anymore. Because as you learn, like some people, some older folks, like they'll be working and they want to go back to school, but they want to go back to school. So what does that mean? More money. So the more people you know and the more things that you do, it increases your chances of increasing your revenue in whatever business you're in and in whatever field you're in. So like I said, reaching out to those resources and having that benefit you. Talking to people, man, talk to that person behind you in the grocery line. Oh, some nice shoes, bro. What do you do for a living? Talk to that person pulling up in a nice exotic car. A nice car. What you do for a living? Oh, bro, I run a car rental business, bro. That's how I got started. You know what I mean? And sometimes we can get caught up, especially the younger generation. We kind of get caught up in working at a warehouse, so we kind of just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go with the flow. We just go into the warehouse every day, and you're not like, I mean, don't get me wrong, we're all human, and we all want to live a certain way, and however much money we make is gonna align with the lifestyle that we aspire to have. So working at a warehouse, if you're cool with that, you're cool with that. But the majority working at a warehouse wants to do something better. They want to be better for themselves. They want to make more money. They want to have a career where they come into work every day and they're happy and they're joyful and they're ready to work, and it makes them joyful to do what they do and not getting up and dragging their feet. Man, I gotta go back to the warehouse, and it feels like a factory. You're hearing horns all day and shit like that. You know what I mean? So talking to people and asking people what they do for a living, getting into their personality and their character can kind of just see like, okay, like maybe I want to try this out. And if you want to try that out, you just talk to that person, get their number, and they'll plug you in with the person to get you started with whatever field you aspire to be in. So your network is your net worth, man. Sometimes not about what you know, it's who you know. And there's always ways to acquire knowledge and information, but the knowledge doesn't work if you don't implement the information and incorporate the knowledge into your lifestyle. Reading, we got YouTube. That's YouTube University. Everything is on YouTube. How to's, DIYs, all type of stuff. Talking to people, you may be able to accelerate into an industry faster or a business faster if you know this person because they have 20 years of experience. You know what I mean? And say, like for example, some people want to start a box truck company or they want to start a trucking company, but they don't have the capital or the funds, or they don't know where to go to get started. But you got this truck driver that's been driving for 30 years and he has 20 to 25 trucks, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna hire you, but you ain't gonna get paid that well because it's still my company. Say he says something like that, or you're not happy with the pay rate that he gives you, but you want to start a trucking company. You can look at that as an internship. Have him show you the ins and outs of everything, of the operations. Have him show you the in and outs of the infrastructure if he's willing to teach you. And that should be spoken before you start working with them or something like that. Look at it as an internship. You know what I mean? You're not always going to get the money faster. As long as you put in the work, the money that should have fall in your pockets. You'd be like a magnet. You know what I mean? It'll just come to you. So do that internship, man. Drive for him for a little while, learn the ins and outs, and save your money. and how you save your money. You have a goal of saving your money, but what systems are you going to put in place so that you can keep your money and save it? You can buy more groceries, don't eat out, stop going out, um, be smart, make rational decisions, and have delayed gratification. That's how you save money. So we set these goals for ourselves, but we have to have these systems that are going to help us achieve those goals. You know what I mean? So I'll go to my sixth topic for the circle is uplift your circle, man. Smile, affirm your circle, reaffirm your circle, make positive agreements. You know what I mean? And that the circle will feel that group spirit that you're implementing in the energy that you're bringing to the table. Everything evolves around energy. You know what I mean? You may have a person depressed in a room, and a person that's joyful and happy walks in the room and is like, "Come on, man, let's go." And that person knows that you're that type of person that's always happy and has a good spirit. It's gonna uplift their frequency. It's gonna arise their frequency. You know what I mean? But if you have this person in your circle who's always, all right, say somebody, two people for example, one person embarks on an idea. Oh man, one day I want to open up a strip mall and I want to have event spaces. And then the second person says, but you ain't got the credit for it. You ain't got the money for it. You know what I mean? Little negative connotations like that. You know what I mean? That's going to bring down the frequency of that person that embarked on that idea. You know what I mean? Because it may be like, damn, I ain't want to kick it with you, bro, because you negative type thing. You know what I mean? So uplift your circle, man. Be positive, but be realistic. Be realistic. And if you're going to say something like that to somebody, not to say the person says that you ain't got the money for it or whatever, but just say, how will you get the funds for it? Kind of reprogram that phrase to where it gives that person that embarked on the idea to think about what you just said and how to answer the question. Is ask, how will you get that money? How will you bring up your credit? You know, and then it gives them that thought and that concept of, damn, let me look it up. Let me look up how to bring up my credit. Let me look up how to get some more money so that I can have this event space. You know what I mean? That's very positive in circles of when you can ask somebody a question and it takes them time to think about it and they come back with an answer. You know what I mean? You just learn something. You know what I mean? So that infiltrates and facilitates learning within the circle as well. So yeah, just uplift your circle. Don't bring your circle down. Stay positive. Stay as positive as you can. Maybe times where you don't feel like talking some days. That's cool. Just, inform that person that wants to talk to you, whatever, So uplift your circle. Sixth thing I have is have accountability within your circle. Have discipline and the tenacity to want to be a go-getter, want to be a winner. You guys are making positive agreements, the correct programming, you know what I mean? So just have accountability within your circle. If a person says they're going to do this, hold them accountable. That within that next 24 hours, call and be like, hey, bro, did you do this? And they go be like, nah, well, you told me you was going to do it, bro. You're not, being a man of your word and holding your word is your bond. You know what I mean? Be impeccable on your word, So have accountability within your circle, because it also, giving a individual constructive criticism, it articulates their thoughts into thinking about what they're doing and acknowledging what they're doing and why, explaining to them what they're doing is wrong. It gives that person that's not doing the right thing to think about what they're doing and improve and grow. You know what I mean? Because that person that gave you the constructive criticism may see something that you're doing and they know what your values are and where you want to be in life. They kind of know a gist of your goals. They're going to let you know so that you can put yourself on the right track, stay on the tracks and not derail yourself from your progress. You know what I mean? So that was my perspective on having a positive circle. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Comment down below what more topics you want me to talk about as an individual. Like I said, I'm giving you everything from my perspective. But as I always say, stay on the blacktop, stay grounded, keep balling, don't stall. And if you're stalling, reach out to the individual, reach out to the resources, you know what I mean, to get yourself back on the right track, But keep balling, man. Blacktop out, 100.